Only on the seas with this breeze. White ruby the sleeves, Chinese on my sleeve. These wanna be Chinese anyway. Yeehaw. Who the told bitches they was me now?
Hey Stushes, my good people them. Happy New Year. We're in a new chapter 2024. I know it's been a little minute since I've created something to share with you here. And I figured I'd just start with a quick little catch up and recap of 2023 while I get ready to go to this New Year's Eve party. So there are some highlights that definitely took place last year. Last year was overall a good year. I made it out alive. But, there were also some challenges and lessons. And I think lessons is an ongoing thing in life. I'm still learning. I'm still even learning the lessons that were taught in 2023. I'm still grasping it. But I'm so thankful to God that He had literally kept me. Though I felt like 2023 was like a survival mode year for me, though there's so much good that took place, I feel like I was operating out of survival mode, and that is not going to be the T for this year. But nevertheless, I experienced some really exciting things in 2023. I started the top of the year getting my own space. And that was just such a blessing in and of itself. I've, lived with roommates. I lived with an ex of mine, and I've lived with my sister. I've been able to like share a lot of space with folks, but having my actual own space was so amazing, and I think it made me even more of a homebody. So I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but I really love being home. I love having my space, and yeah, so that was a really good start to my year. And then I had the chance to visit Canada for the first time. I was able to check off Niagara Falls off of my like to go list, or things to do before the end of life. So boom, off my bucket list. And during the summer was pretty lit, because not only did I go to Niagara Falls, then I stayed in Toronto, and I was there for Miss Renaissance. Yes, I got to see Beyonce in concert. It was such an amazing experience. I loved this Renaissance summer Barbie era platinum, which you see me wearing here, but I really feel like it was the color of the year, even though platinum isn't a color, it's a metal, but you know what I'm saying. It was definitely that color of choice, and I'm a gold girl, so that says a lot, because I don't really rock platinums like that. But yeah, 2023, it definitely broke me out into it. So top of the year, chef's kiss. Mwah, mwah, mwah. It was amazing. However, what wasn't in my bingo cards was losing both my grandmothers a month apart. I actually ended up missing the funeral of one of my grandmothers due to actually being hospitalized for pneumonia and clots in my lungs. Yes, like literally the day I found out about the second passing of my grandmother, I was hospitalized. No, actually, I was hospitalized when I found out. So I was already kind of going through my pain and my whole situation, and getting that news just made everything just so much heavier. And then also kind of coping with me having to miss the funeral of the first grandmother that passed. It was, yeah, definitely was not in my bingo cards, and I had to take time off of work during a very, very, very busy time. And, at some point I had to kind of let that go, because before I was hospitalized, I was feeling sick, and I was still trying to work through it, still trying to figure it out, until it got like really bad. And I went to the urgent care. That was a waste of time and money. I should have just went to the hospital right off rip. And I was admitted that same day, just with everything going on. But yeah, I had to take a step away from work and not feel guilty about it. And quite frankly, while I was trying to work through all of the discomfort, like the last day before I went to the hospital, I like cried because I was like, I'm never doing this again. I'm never pushing myself to the limit again for a job, because God forbid I passed away and oh, okay, yeah, Nisha, she was great. We're gonna miss her. All right, new position available. Like, that's just the reality of it. So I had to take care of myself. And during that time, and this happened in October, so the last quarter of the year, just I really had to like slow down. I had to heal up physically, mentally. We were preparing for the funerals, and just really pulling together to make it happen. And I'm so proud of my family for pulling together and creating a very beautiful send off for the matriarchs of our family. And it was like on my grandmother on my mother's side and grandmother on my father's side. So it was just like a double whammy for me. But I pray that I make them proud and that their legacy will live on through us, as in me, my siblings, and the remaining family. So yeah, I've just been taking time to heal up mentally and physically, and kind of get back into the swing of things. And I would say I'm like 75% consistent back into my daily routines, like working out. I'm still eating like shit, but I've gotten a little bit better, but still work to be done there. But I've just really just been taking this personal time to get back into the swing of things and just appreciate my life, because the reality is, and it really set in last year, is that I only have one life to live, and to live it as full as I possibly can. And I'm just so grateful to my family. Like, of course, I know my family, my friends, they love and care for me, but like when they really show up, like in that season that was very vulnerable for me, it just made me love and appreciate them so much more. And in life, I'm just seeing that there's no promise that challenges won't come up, right? But it's like how we deal with it. And so I've been working on, getting back into my Bible, actually reading it and like studying it, and really viewing the Bible as a tool, has God's words, great teachings in there. I have other thoughts about the Bible, but I think we can pull a lot of knowledge and apply wisdom from the things that we can learn from in the Bible. And so, speaking of challenges, it brings me to James chapter 1, verse 2 through 4. And the English Standard Version of the text says, Count in all. Oh, what did it say, child? Hold up. Count it all joy, my brothers, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know that the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness have its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. I can't even understand my own handwriting. But anyways, so the New Living Translation of the same chapter says, Dear brothers and sisters, when troubles of any kind come your way, consider it an opportunity for great joy. For you know that when your faith is tested, your endurance has a chance to grow. So let it grow, for when your endurance is fully developed, you will be perfect and complete, needing nothing. And I want to go ahead and like say the high heels version of the Bible, which is the King James version. It says, My brethren, count it all joy when ye fall into diverse temptation, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. But let your patience have a perfect work, that ye may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. So I noticed in the different versions between like New Living Translation, the English Standard Version, and the King James Version, in the place of But let patience, the word patience is also stated as endurance and also steadfastness. So it gives me a roundabout idea of, what it is that they're talking about. And, I really feel like that's something that I've really been open up more to, right? Having patience, endurance, and steadfastness, because I can be very impatient. My endurance flops sometimes, and my steadfastness is just isn't there all the time when challenges faces up. I usually panic in the beginning, and then eventually I kind of slow down and you know create higher thoughts for myself to meditate on, instead of all of like the worrying thoughts that will come into my mind. Like in this last quarter of the year, it was really, really challenging. Like I was just, this kind of dark, but I thought about death a lot, from my life threatening situation to, passing of my loved ones, and then just also being in survival mode, right? Like working day to day to make sure that I'm taking care of myself well. And, I just feel like I was just so heavy in survival mode, and I just don't welcome that into 2024. Though 2024, I always say like the new year has already started, you know what I'm saying? Like before the actual calendar new year has really begun. And but coming into this new chapter, I realized though it's a new chapter in 2024, it's the same journey. So it's just another day within that journey, just a different chapter, in the same book. So I really want to like rest in God more, meaning I don't want to stress. I don't want to live in survival mode. I don't welcome these things into my life anymore, and just creating ways to allow for me to thrive in that. But, in general, just like for everybody else, life has been lifing lately with both great and also heartbreaking first time experiences. But I'm doing my best to be faithful. And I'll be feeling sometimes, you feel me? I'll be like, sometimes it's not as unwavering as I would desire for it to be. And, I don't want to be doubtful. In the Bible, it says a person who's like doubtful, they're like a person living like like a wave of the sea, or easily tossed by the wind. And the Bible says that people like that are double-minded and they're unstable. And when I was reading, because when I read, I like to read different versions of the text, and the word unstable was consistent in every translation. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be unstable. I'm looking for stability, baby, steadfastness, baby. Like that's what I'm working towards. But yeah, so family and investing my time and my love into them was really emphasized to me in 2023. I'm inspired to continue progressing, and not just for myself, but for them as well. Though in the verse, it says that we, will be perfect and like lacking nothing. I have my thoughts regarding like perfection, because I don't think I can ever be perfect, but I'm progressing and I am better. So praise God for that. Also, last year, you guys, I high key got a little overwhelmed with consumerism. I am not knocking, capitalism, because I have my personal thoughts on capitalism. I'm not mad at it, but I think there are ways that we can improve that system. But also, like consumption, I'm not against consumption, but I just think we just have so much access to information in this digital age, especially like in video format, that we are weak in our attention span, but we just over consume so much. And also being in that season of like healing, I was able to kind of take a step back um, from consumption, which has been really good. So there were a lot of exciting like beauty and makeup releases. I got to delve into some on camera here, and others I have a video coming of, like of all of my favorite beauty buys of 2023. So stay tuned for that. But I'm on a no makeup buy for the month of January, child, because I need to recover. Okay. I got bills to pay. I got some things that I'm working on and paying down some debts. So I'm gonna no buy, which I mean, I have makeup to last a lifetime, skincare. I mean, out the wazoo. So I'm gonna say like we'll see if it'll last through the first quarter, but I'm gonna just chill and set achievable goals for myself. And I actually want to spend time with the products that I already have. Like I completed this look with a mix of old and new goodies, so it can be done. But thanks you guys for being here. Thank you for all your support, and I wish you a happy and successful 2024. Bye for now.